like this.
No mistakes allowed.
Late night shit, that's right. Ready to fight shit, no doubt.
It takes a lot of time to do what I do and get 40 MCs on an album.
No mistakes allowed.
Yeah.
I can't write his rhymes. I can't, make him not do dumb shit.
Smash Squad, come on.
Oh, I could have done that. It's like,
man.
no, you couldn't. You're a bum.
From
You just sold
NYC.
170,000 records for Joey out of my basement. I just like weeding out the bullshit.
One last question. Do you read your own album reviews?
Yeah, the reviews. I try not to read comments online, but because people just say the craziest shit.
You often get judged for lacking cohesiveness because you have too many people on one album.
It's a compilation though. Like, what are you even gonna compare my album to? That's the thing. I look at some of these journalists and I'm like, what do you like? You're analyzing this as like it's like a new Nas album. Like, it's a producer with rappers. What the hell do you like? I'm just giving my fans what they want, and I know what my fans want.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the Return of the DJ album in 1995?
Absolutely, I have it on wax.
Would you ever do anything like that where it's just you?
I actually was gonna do that before I even did my first album. I was gonna do a whole. I'm not gonna. Maybe someday.
Wait, what do you mean someday? You're making it sound like it's so far away. Please don't say that.
It's not in the works.
Oh.
It's like really.
What if I bought you another drink
right now?
I don't
have to like a drink. You'd have to buy me like a
bottle.
Bentley.
I don't have that kind of flow. Come on.
Listen, it takes a lot of time to do that. I commend the DJs that do like. It takes a lot of time to do what I do and get 40 MCs on an album.
Totally get it.
But to sit there and like scratch all night and all that, it's just not where my brain's at. I don't have to prove that I can scratch at this point.
You've helped out Terminology for a while now with marketing, promotion. You pushed them a lot.
I done waited too long, now it's straight to the top. Been holding my breath for too long. Gotta make it to heaven, I done been through hell. Been holding the stress for too long.
What is one thing that a man with influence such as yourself cannot do to help him get an even larger level of recognition?
Cannot do?
Cannot do.
I can't write his rhymes.
Sick with the wordplay, nice with the blah blah. Since I used to move bricks, so baby powder.
I can't, make him not do dumb shit.
You still stutter your shit and shatter the mini matter. I really bag your bitch and smash and make a calendar with her. You battling with the most savage spitters.
You can't make somebody do what they don't want to do, really. It's like, I give people, when they show me that they're going to work for themselves, I'll give them that next, help. Like, shout out to Easy Money, his album's coming out. By the time people probably see this, it'll be out.
And here we have easily achieved currency, aka easy money.
What's up, y'all? Easy.
I get behind what I believe in.
So what is the difference between someone like Jay-Z that reached multi-million platinum
Look how many
fame?
people Jay-Z helped out that like didn't give the same effort back, and a lot of them are like either bums or like.
How come?
They didn't make the right moves. You can't stand on somebody else's cape. Like, you can't stay on his shoulders the whole life, you know what I mean? And a lot of people didn't know how to get through that when Jay was no longer messing with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, staying relevant's a motherfucker. Staying relevant's a motherfucker.
So it's not as even as powerful as you are. There's no magic wand that you can wave to make someone famous.
Yeah, I mean, all the money in the world won't help something that's just not hot.
Right. Okay. But Term is hot, so we ain't talk about you now, Term.
Shout to Term.
You've compared yourself to Big L, Big Pun, and other really big legends. Do you ever hear a lot of people argue that?
From what I heard is you've also helped out a lot of friends in the business that weren't necessarily going for fame, but you helped them get jobs too?
Absolutely. A lot of people, man, I don't even want to start with that. People get married, people are in certain places, certain jobs, all because of just connecting dots. And that's just not me. I think anyone that does the right thing does that. Rest in peace to my man Graham Oliver, who he recently passed away, and he was known as just one of those guys that connected people and just made things happen. He was like, he really laid the foundation for me in New York. He was one of the first people that looked out and like showed me around. Shade 45?
Yeah.
I brought up dozens of friends through there, but I know, we keep it home team in there. Like, Sammy's on the show, Valerie, Brandon works the phones. Like, it's a family thing up there.
So like Brandon orders pizza.
He might get a couple mixers for some drinks. Bring in the drums.
What makes someone worthy to be played on Shade 45 on your spot?
You got to be doing something for yourself. Like, you can't just like, I get emails every day like, hey, this is for consideration on your show, but they've never even been like on a blog or like on a something. It's like, dude, you don't just go from 0 to 100. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get a little recognition, and then I'll help you out and play it on the show. Sometimes I've done that if it was like super hot, but like, I mean, not even super hot, I don't even like that word, but super relevant to my show, but it's very rare. I would suggest that people get a little name for themselves first, get some real views, get a little fan base online or like somewhere in your neighborhood, I don't know, something. But don't think you can just like go from, you can't just skip the process of paying dues. That's what's whack about the internet, because it lets people do that sometimes.
Whenever people start getting a buzz in their circle, they'll be so quick to call themselves the new next up-and-comer.
Yeah, whatever.
But like most of them aren't. Why do you think that is?
Because their friends gas them up. We actually offer this thing called the Show Off Casino, where people can, they hit up showoffcasino@gmail.com, or they can go on showoffhiphop.com, and basically they sign up for it, they get feedback on their record, honest feedback, they get placed on the website, and then the best ones, which I usually play most of them, unless it's like terrible, and I gotta just keep it real with the person, I'm gonna give them the best feedback possible, but most of it, if it's like, you know, if it's decent, I play it on Shade 45, so it's a really good opportunity that a lot of people are sleeping on. We usually get like 2 or 3 a week, but it should be a lot more than that.
You only get 2 or 3 people submitting their records?
No, but you know, it's not free.
Oh, okay.
But it's worth, trust me, it's worth 10 times what it costs. Bring in the drums.
So who do you think is going to carry the boom bap once you're gone?
Man, there's a lot of, I mean, I love these, you know, my pro era little brothers, man.
Make the black boys go crazy, take a whiff. Ain't worry about the end of life, we tryna shape shift my reality. Life from my ankle ain't actually all you perceive, these eyes can deceive.
I'm on tour with them all year, and what they're doing is great. You know, shout out to Kirk Knight, who does a lot of the beats, Chuck. Shout out to Bruce Lee Kicks, he's out in Denver, he's part of Pro Era too. But just, you know, the whole new generation is like looking up to this sound again. They're not looking. There was a lot of like people for a while trying to make like club records every other song, and it wasn't working. It kind of fucked up New York sound, but it's back.
Besides the fact a nigga never been as swank as me, I like that. Until I shine, I sit patiently. So like that, I fold it back, scroll it back.
To know where hip-hop is going, you kind of need to know where it's been.
Absolutely.
Where do you think hip-hop's going?
I think it's gonna go in a cycle. It's gonna loop back around, and we're gonna see like more greatness. If it's going on in front of us, but people don't acknowledge it because of social media. Really, like everybody got an opinion on something. Where take social media out of the whole situation, and people will be comparing Kendrick's album with like the way The Chronic came out,
yeah,
or like what J. Cole's doing, or what all these people, like even Joey's album doesn't get the right credit because everybody can sit back and be like, oh, I could have done that. It's like, no, you couldn't. You're a bum, dude. Like, I hate when people try to compare things. Like, not for nothing, we just sold 170,000 records for Joey out of my basement. That's more than a lot of major labels.
No way.
Yeah.
That makes
What
me
do you mean?
so
We mixed
happy.
the whole album in my basement, not at some big $1 million studio.
Yeah.
And that doesn't get acknowledged the way that it should, even though like someone like Lupe, no diss to Lupe, but he came out the same week and sold 38,000 on Atlantic Records, and Joey did 68 first week. So it's like, what is this? Like, the music industry isn't even relevant to the fans anymore, because you're putting all this money behind a label, and you're not even, it's not resulting in sales, you know what I mean? It's about movements now. Kids want to feel like they're part of something.
So we have EP, which was your before last, and we got What Goes Around.
Extended play.
Right. How did those do on iTunes sales?
Great. I mean, they're compilations, so you can't really look at it as like you can't compare it to a regular album. Because like Khaled will have a single that sells 3 million records, and his album will do like 18,000 or something. Like, you can't compare compilations because they don't. I don't do my albums to sell. They sold more than a lot of rappers, don't get it fucked up. But
can we have numbers?
I don't want to do that. They do like 5,000 first week, something like that.
Let's go to fill in the blanks. If I could only make beats with a hardware synthesizer from the 80s, from this day on, I would do what?
Probably Quick, because that's not my... I play on certain beats, but that's not my forte. Like,
okay.
You know who kills that? Alchemist.
What's up, Alchemist? What's up? I wanna holler real quick, man, cause see, a lot of these niggas got the game fucked up, man.
A lot of people think he's all samples. He's nice with like the 80 synths, and he's not known for being like a player or anything.
Yeah.
But he's nice with the that song "Lose Your Life."
You wanna lose your life? When you got a pocket, I'ma cock it and you might.
Opinions are like assholes, but my asshole happens to be.
I like saying opinions are like assholes, and you're just an asshole. Not you, but I'm saying.
If I had to go back to my first job and work at McDonald's, I would
Quit the first day.
Bring in the drums.
Yeah.
So I gotta correct you. It's my job.
Shade 4-5.
Show off, not the name, but the show off. Don't sleep on